Hello, customer success community. Nick Maida, CEO of Gainsight here, along with Allison Pickens, our Chief Operating Officer. And I think we got some exciting news, Allison. What's going on at Gainsight?
We do have some exciting news. It's been business as usual, except we acquired a company called Apptrinsic.
Apptrinsic. Tell me more about Apptrinsic and why that's relevant for customer success.
Yeah, well, let me give you the backstory. So, being a customer success software company, we're always talking with our clients. And we've heard from clients over time that they want to get even more visibility into how their customers are using their product, right? They want to understand what's the adoption trend, how are clients using certain features. And we also have heard from many of the chief customer officers and VPs of customer success in our client base that they want to be able to influence the product roadmap. They want to get data on how different features are being used so that they can have that great conversation with their VP of product about what are the features that should be prioritized in the roadmap. Now, we also know product managers are much more interested in collaborating with customer success as well, right? So product managers want to make sure that their features, when released, are adopted really strongly. They want to make sure that they have a common data set with customer success so that they can have great conversations on adoption. And they also want to be able to show that the impact that they're having on the retention of clients, the expansion that they're able to drive, and they're interested in contributing to growth. And so what's amazing about Apptrinsic is it offers a set of features that are super complementary to the Gainsight platform in terms of product usage analytics, in-app engagements, and also in-app surveys so that product and customer success can be on the same page.
This is super cool because we talk about customer success being an enterprise-wide thing. We talk about the symphony or orchestra of customer success, and product has always been one of the most important areas that frankly has never been brought together. And I think for the first time, the customer success community can bring together the CSM and services and sales with the product team, and that's really, really cool.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting to think about the analogy between the relationship between customer success and product and the relationship between sales and marketing historically, right? It used to be that sales and marketing would operate as siloed teams and there'd be lots of tension between them. But then, there was software that came around and enabled them to coordinate really well together and collaborate on pipeline generation and closing deals. Similarly, in customer success and product management, there needs to be much greater synergy than there's been in the past. I think often in companies, these teams operate as silos, but we want to be able to bring them together, and our clients have been saying, we want a closer relationship.
That's awesome. I think customer success has always been about breaking down those silos, but to really break down the silo even further, I think we need to talk about Apptrinsic a little more detail. So maybe we can get somebody from Apptrinsic to come over
and
we
could get
join
someone.
us. Let's see what happens. So,
hey.
Oh my gosh,
All
we're
right.
somebody from Apptrinsic. Hi. So super excited to have Mickey, the CEO of Apptrinsic and founder, here with us and joining our company and us kind of joining forces to solve these big problems. So Mickey, you inspired all of us with the story of why you started Apptrinsic, kind of your kind of background, and then the problems you're trying to solve. Why don't you share it for the audience?
Sure. Happy to be here. So we started Apptrinsic to help companies really drive growth. Coming from Marketo, growth was about customer acquisition and awareness. We've seen a major component here, which is the product, which basically becomes a major component in this growth initiative. And I'm seeing the two challenges for companies to really address, they need to address, is number one is really to build innovative product that deliver intrinsic value to their customers. And number two is really how to deliver a winning customer experience, really to guide customers to use the product and become advocates. And if you will, it's like using your product as a conduit for your customers and users. So I think this is the growth initiative drove us to really build a technology to really help product management to really understand the usage, take more informed product decisions, and also help customer success really onboard their users and scale that part.
That's exciting. That's really, really great. And you talk about this idea of product-led growth, right? You mentioned, I think when we were talking, a lot of the fastest growing companies have introduced this idea of product-led growth. Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, there's a macro change here that we're seeing, when analysts look at the net retention value, now we can really scale. I think it's about how you can really bring the product to the front. You can see that product-led companies or product-centric or product-first companies are basically using the product as their sales tools.
Right.
They're basically helping, they're starting with the product. You can have a trial, you can have a freemium layer, and they use the product to qualify you and then upsell you through the product. So it's all about different metrics. It's usage metric driven, and the entire sales and marketing and product teams are aligned and are part of those customer acquisition efforts and retention, obviously. So it becomes like a different play when this is where you really need a different platform as well to really help you track those things and being able to orchestrate that flow.
I think this is such an amazing vision that will be really appealing to chief customer officers also. I think a lot of CCOs are looking for the product team to actually take more responsibility over scaling out the customer experience. And I think with this kind of product first automation, we should be able to generate customer success without too many more hires.
Yeah, I love the product first automation is a good description of that.
It's so cool too because it fits the narrative that Allison that you've talked about a lot, which is kind of going from this world of sales-driven growth and marketing-driven growth, which, by the way, is still important and really hard. Sales is still very hard.
Right.
And then sort of this era of customer-driven growth, right? Which we at Gainsight have been a big part of being, part of this community making that happen. And then adding this concept of product-driven growth. And now you've got a company that can grow in many, many different ways, which is super, super cool.
Yeah.
As a product, somebody who started my career as a product manager before I figured out I couldn't do anything real and I had to become a CEO. I know how hard it is to be a product manager, and I know you've actually helped product managers make better decisions to build better products, and that must be very rewarding.
Yeah, I think product managers, they need to build a winning product, and it's very challenging today. And technology changes very quickly, and customer taste is changing very, very quickly. So you have to really take decisions without data today. So I think one of the first things we wanted to solve is to reduce friction for them to really get the data. So today, if you try to understand and instrument your product, it's a problem. So we solved that. And really help them to really iterate, understand, learn about what they're building, and drive that to success.
That's great. And Allison, I know we'd seen a lot of interest from our customers in the customer success community around integrating sort of the in-app functionality with customer success, right? We've been hearing about this for a while. Right?
Absolutely. Earlier this year, we did a survey in our community, and we asked folks to self-assess their maturity in terms of each of the elements of customer success in our periodic table, which if you haven't checked it out, you can look at the Gainsight website. And one of the elements is tech touch, right? And actually we found that in our community, most folks felt that they weren't as sophisticated in the area of tech touch and automation as they'd like to be, right? And great thing about tech touch is it can apply to all sorts of goals you have, whether it's driving adoption of your product, making onboarding more effective, ensuring that the life cycle goes really well. So I think with this type of automation, folks should be able to achieve that.
That's great. And if you're a Gainsight customer, you may be using some other tools to do in-app analytics or messaging or surveys. And obviously at Gainsight, we want to be committed to working with everything you have, right? So whatever you're using. And we want to offer more and more integrated solutions over time, because for some customers, they don't want to integrate everything together and have to piece it all together. And so we want to provide choice like always, just like we've done in every other area. So that's great. So Mickey, you excited to join the customer success movement?
Yeah, totally.
We have some pretty big parties. Are you ready? You have to choose between a rap and karaoke. So you have to make a big decision there.
I see.
Yeah.
I need to think about that.
Think about that one a little bit? Okay, we'll do a future video. Yeah. But I will say that just on behalf of all the folks at Gainsight and the whole Pulse customer success community, we couldn't be more honored and thrilled to be partnering with you at Apptrinsic and with your team, and also to be partnering with this whole movement of product people trying to work better with customer success people.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Really, to me, Gainsight is kind of an iconic company that I found with amazing culture and super smart people that really have a great vision to go and execute on. And I think the timing that I feel in the market is fantastic. I think this is the right timing to get this product and customer success alignment, and companies now are looking for ways to really, even different ways than in the past, to how to drive growth. And growth can be, whether you want to increase your trials and increase your customer base, or actually, sustaining and retaining your customers and just upselling across. So, but that topic is actually something that I think is top of mind for many companies, and I think we'll be able to help them.
Well, customer success and product join forces to drive growth. I think that's a good way to close the video. So thanks, everyone. Look forward to working with you on helping drive growth in your business.